Welcome back, children. Before we begin the next unit of our lesson, I will revise the first part, and students who have missed the first unit, please pay attention. In the previous video, we studied about the three climatic zones. They are also called heat zones. The heat in each of these zones depends on how far it is from the equator. The climatic zones are hottest near the equator and they get cooler as we move away and then colder towards the poles. They are the coldest near the poles. Look at the diagram, children. Sun rays falling on the earth are straight and parallel to each other. Due to the spherical shape of the earth, they occupy a larger or lesser area. The rays which fall straight occupies lesser area. Can you see this in the figure, children? The straight rays fall on the equator to the tropics in the northern and southern hemisphere. Can you see this? Yes. Now from the equator to the Tropic of Cancer and from the equator to the Tropic of Capricorn, the area occupied is less. The places which lie in this area are the hottest. This area is called the torrid zone or the tropical zone. Now, because our earth is spherical in shape, the sun rays received on the other parts are slanting. So from the Tropic of Cancer to the Arctic Circle and from the Tropic of Capricorn to the Antarctic Circle, we get slanting rays of the sun. This area is neither too hot nor too cold. This area is called the temperate zone. As we move away from the equator, the climate becomes cooler. From the Arctic Circle to the North Pole and from the Antarctic Circle to the South Pole, these areas receive more slanting rays. So, the climate here is very cold. This area is called the frigid zone. The climatic zones are the same in the northern and in the southern hemisphere. So, which are the three zones, children? The torrid or the tropical zone, which is very hot. The temperate zone, it is neither too hot nor too cold. And the frigid zone, it's the very coldest zone. Today we are going to study about the factors that affect the climate in these regions. Now children, the first factor which affects the climate is the distance from the equator. In your lower classes, you have studied about the various landforms. Which are they? Mountains, hills, plains and plateaus. Now children, in some places you will find mountains, some places you won't. Some places you will find sea, some places there is no sea. Now for an example, we live in Nasik. Now Nasik and Mumbai are in the same zone. In which zone do they lie, children? Look at this figure. Yes, it lies in the torrid zone. Mumbai has a sea. Do we have a sea in Nasik? No. So like this, there are places in each zone who have different landforms. These zones cover a vast area. Vast means big area with different kinds of landforms. And so each of them has places with different kinds of climate. The nearer a place is to the equator, the hotter or warmer it will be. And as we move away from the equator, the places get cooler. Now children, look here. Where is the equator, children? This is the equator. Now we'll take a country which lies on the equator. For example, Indonesia. The capital of Indonesia is Jakarta. Jakarta lies very close to the equator. In which zone does Jakarta lie, children? It lies in the torrid zone, in the southern hemisphere. So it's the very hot place. Now we will take New York. It is very far from the equator. It lies in the temperate zone. Children, in chapter 9, seasons, we saw that in the month of December, the southern hemisphere is inclined more towards the sun. So it's summer in December in the southern hemisphere, and it's winter in the northern hemisphere because it's inclined away from the sun. If you measure the latitude of Jakarta, it's 6.17 degrees south, and New York is 40.71 degrees north. In the month of December, Jakarta has summer. The temperature is 32 degrees Celsius. Maximum temperature is 32 degrees Celsius and minimum is 24 degrees Celsius. New York has winter and the temperature is maximum 8 degrees Celsius and minimum -1 degree Celsius. Understood, children? How the distance from the equator affects the climate? Read this, children, now. The nearer a place is to the equator, the hotter or warmer the climate will be. And as we move away from the equator, places get cooler. Children, now pay attention to this. If the place is on the altitude, altitude means if it is on the height. But if it is closer to the equator, height, high as in mountains or plateaus, then that place would be cool. For example, Mount Everest. Where is Mount Everest, children? Yes, see here. Now children, it's between Nepal and Tibet. Mount Everest is very close to the equator, but it has snow throughout the year. So if the place is near to the equator, but if it is on a mountain or a hill, then it will have cold climate. It depends on the altitude, or we call it as height. Now children, let us read this. Okay? If the land is on a latitude close to the equator but high as in mountains and plateaus, it would be cool. Altitude means height. Now children, the next factor which affects the climate of a place is distance from sea level. We have seas in some places. Okay children? The sea also affects the climate of places that are near to it. You try this thing at home. Take a bowl of water and keep it in the sun. After an hour, you have to check whether the land is hot or the water is hot. What do you think, children? What gets hot quickly, the land or the water kept in the bowl? It's the land that gets heated quickly. Water heats or cools more slowly than land. Now the temperature of sea has an effect in both summer as well as in winter. In summer, the places which are far away from the sea are hot. Why are they hot, children? Yes, because land gets heat up very quickly. And the places which are near to the sea remain cooler because water takes time to heat. Now we will have a look at the map. In India, Mumbai is a city which is near to the sea and Delhi is far away from the sea. If we measure the latitudes of both the cities, Delhi measures 28 degrees north and Mumbai measures 18 degrees north. So which city is near to the equator, children? Mumbai. Correct. Delhi doesn't have a sea, it has land. Hence, Delhi will get heated up quickly. And Mumbai is near to the sea, so it will take time to heat. In summer, the temperature of Delhi goes up to 42 degrees Celsius during day. And Mumbai's temperature goes up to 33 degrees Celsius during day. Though Mumbai being close to the equator, it is less hot than Delhi due to the sea. Okay, now we will look at the climate of other countries in winter, that is in the month of December. Now children, we will move away from the equator, that is in the temperate zone. Now children, in Spain, a city called Barcelona is near to the Mediterranean Sea, and Warsaw, which is in Poland, is far away from the sea. Now look at this map, children. You will understand it better. Now children, look at this map. Now in winter, places away from the sea are cold because land loses heat very fast. And places that are near to the sea are warmer because water cools slowly. So it keeps the place by the seaside warm. Now children, see, Barcelona is here. It is near to the sea. Its temperature in winter is 14 degrees Celsius in day and 6 degrees Celsius at night. Now Warsaw, which is in Poland, is far away from the sea. So it has a temperature of -5 degrees Celsius in day and -3 degrees Celsius at night. Are you understanding, children? So these are the factors which affects the climate of various places. Let us read this, children. In summer, places far away from the sea are hot because the land heats quickly. Places near the sea remain cooler as water takes long to heat. In winter, places by the sea are warmer as water cools slowly. So it keeps places by the seaside warm. Places away from the sea are cold as land cools very fast. Remember this, children, okay? Now children, we will have a look at the natural vegetation, animal and people. Climate of a place affect the kind of plants and animals. Okay? Now how do animals and birds get their food, children? Do they cook food like us? No. They eat grass, bushes or leaves. Now children, what do you mean by natural vegetation? Natural vegetation means The plants that grow naturally means the plants that grow without any help of human beings. They grow on their own, like bushes or grass. They are not planted by people. Animals and birds found in each region are those who like the climate and natural plants or vegetation of that region. The climatic zones, natural vegetation and animal life together affect the life of people. Now tell me children, where would you like to live? Will you like to stay in a place that is too hot or too cold? No. We like to live where the climate is good, pleasant, or not too hot nor too cold. Where we get good food, vegetables, fruits. Correct? I mean, we like to stay where the climate is favorable and where we can stay comfortably. People live all over the world. Look at this figure. This is the earth. Mostly the earth is occupied by water. This green portion is land where most of the people live. And this brown portion is the desert or forest or snowy areas. A very few people live here. A very few people live in the cold areas of the frigid zone. The population is less in the dry areas like deserts. People also do not live in the areas which are very hot and has heavy forest. Understood children? Now this is for your information. Hurricanes, cyclones, typhoons are all violent storms that arise in warm seas of the tropics. They often cause severe damage when they move on over land. Now recently we all have experienced a cyclone in June. Do you know the name of that cyclone? It was Nisarga cyclone. It destroyed the coastal areas of Maharashtra, especially Srivardhan. Srivardhan is a place at the coast of Maharashtra. Research has shown that human beings first appeared in the regions of the hot zone and then spread to other parts of the earth. Now children, chapter number 11 World Geography ends here. For the homework, you will do the exercise on page number 81 and 82. Complete the notebook by tomorrow. Do not send me your work because I am going to check your notebooks. Message me or call me if you do not understand any question. Note down the questions and ask me in the Zoom meeting. Children, apart from your textbook, there are a lot of things which I have told you, and it is very important for you to know and understand geography. So do not only depend upon the textbook. Read the chapter carefully, but go through my videos again and again. It will give you more information about our planet. Okay children, I hope you all will watch the videos, both part 1 and part 2. Do the exercise and also read the chapter. Okay children, bye. See you in the next lecture.